Chit chat and get right to it. Grand Junction hosted a pair of duels tonight in wrestling. Let's get you out there right now. Fruita in blue, Junction in black. Ken Wagner on top of River Muley. He's looking for a half Nelson, and you won't see this too often. Muley just on bottom rolls through. Now he's looking for back points, and not just back points, folks. He's going to get chest to chest and pick up a pin for his efforts. It gets the Tigers on the board at 170. 195, Fruita's Tanner Heldman. He was working a cradle, gets up on the leg and just goes chest to chest. What was a low-scoring match before this movement now, and that's the Wildcat 6 at 220. Espen Hernandez, he keeps the momentum on Fruita's side, getting the takedown on Austin Kurtman, and yet had a long time to bridge from here. Not going to be able to escape. Hernandez with the 6 down to 106. Gino Gallegos picks up the 5-3 win over Murphy Harris, thanks in part to that takedown. Now Harris had Gallegos in a bit of trouble here, scooping him down and picking up some back points, but watch Gino here. Finds the energy to pop out that head and make a best of a bad situation. Fruita up 27-6, but Landon Scarborough is about to reverse the Tigers' fortune. Runs the half, scoops a leg for good measure, and gets the pin at 120. Junction's Andrew Leba gives up on the trip, finds a double leg. Oren Meese, he has a crotch, and often that can lead to a stalemate, but Leba's not having it, gets to 2. He does, and then eventually goes to work on that cradle. Watch him just lean back, gets a turn, going to work from back points, and then once Mr. Fischel comes over here, he awards the pinfall. Junction coming back to 126. Colton Romero keeps the theme going, grabbing a hold of the head and arm. And also a pin, too. At 132, Fruita's Parker Noah, he stops the bleeding with a dominant 14-0 win, using that double leg straight into a half. It has to be said, James Wagney bridges out of this for a long time in the third to save the Tigers the difference of a major and a pin. 2 points, ultimately 4 points for the Cats. To 138 we go. Watch Trent Target here. Gets that head in deep. Forget the arm and hook. He just drives it in for 2. Later uses a high single leg. That's a really high single leg. Good job putting him down nice and easy. Would eventually get the 10-1 win. If Junction is to complete the comeback, it's going to have to start with Kieran Thompson getting the shuck and score, then just rolls into the back, and I don't even know what to call this. Apologies, wrestling fan. I guess a modified ball and chain for some back points. Later, going to rock back on a cradle. He'd eventually get the 15-0 tech fall. Fruita is still up by 5, though, and can put it out of reach, which is exactly what Sullivan Sampe does here in the third. Just runs that wing into the ground. Fruita Monument defeats Grand Junction 40-32. We'll have highlights from the Junction Meeker matchup on westernslopenow.com.